Last night, Donald Trump claimed he helped keep a Ford factory in America, even though Ford says it never had any intention of moving or closing the plant. But today, another all-American brand did shut down a 44-year-old factory in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, putting more than 400 people out of work. It's one of the 7 facilities, accounting for roughly 2,600 jobs, that Kraft has pledged to eliminate since July 2015, when it was acquired by Heinz. Roberto Ferdman spoke with Denise Mooney, who is facing unemployment after more than a decade of steady work, on her last shift at the plant.
I guess I would say the common word you hear is corporate greed. Now, whether or not that is the case, but we do hear a lot about that.
Ever since Kraft announced its plan to shut the Lehigh Valley factory, Denise Mooney has wondered what this night would be like. Her last at the plant she's worked at for more than a decade.
This will be my last time going in, and it's going to be sad. The parking lot, when I started here, this parking lot was full of employees. And as the years gone by, and as the last couple months gone by, it's gotten smaller and smaller. Just a handful of people there. So that's the only thing I can say is bittersweet.
Denise knows she isn't the first person to lose a factory job in this country. Since 2000 alone, the United States has shed about 5 million manufacturing jobs. But until you lose a job yourself, it's hard to anticipate what it will mean. At the local diner, right after her last shift, Denise is suddenly dealing with a mixture of nostalgia for the past and uncertainty about her future now that the end is finally here. How did it go?
You know, I looked at the clock at 7:03, and I thought, wow, that's it, and as you come down the door and get through past the turnstiles, everything you knew was last.
How long did you work at Kraft for?
I was there for 38 years. I started when I was 24, and I'll be 63 next month, so it was almost my whole life.
Instead of waiting until the very end, Denise's friend and longtime coworker Esther Toth decided to leave this summer. She couldn't handle watching the facility slowly die out.
When I started working, we had a huge workforce, and over the years, jobs got cut because of automation.
Do you remember what it was like when you found out that they were closing the factory?
It was probably the last thing any of us expected. We really, for 8 years since the processed cheese department left, they kept telling us that we're working on getting more production lines. When they called us in for the meeting and told us, you could have heard a pin drop. Seriously.
Denise isn't political. She doesn't blame Obama or Trump or anyone really for manufacturing jobs going away. She just feels powerless. She knew jobs like hers were vanishing. She just never expected hers would be one of them. Why did you decide to stay until the very end?
I just figured I had, nothing to lose really by staying. So the longer you stayed, there was more incentives. They did offer us nicer incentives to stay, and then my health benefits were covered.
It's really sticker shock when you have to go from where the company was paying a good portion of your health care to, oh my God, I'm paying for it myself.
The future of healthcare is suddenly more important to Denise than it ever has been before. In September, she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Without a steady job, paying her medical bills has become a lot more daunting.
I'm nervous. We've had some challenges this year and so on and so forth, so I'm a little concerned, but we'll get through it. I get through the single motherhood, you get through the third shift for 30 years raising them, you get through it. We'll be all right. Be all right.